Hi folks, one thing I forgot to do is the eye, so let's do that right now. I'm going to bring this up a little closer. What we're going to do is we're going to put a little eye in here. Well, kind of a big eye, I guess. Alright, so you draw it on, and then you do a stop cut. So let's go this way. Alright, you're going to go from the top of the eye into the eye here. You're just going to take out at first. You're going to do like a V cut, but I usually do it from the top first. Let me do it from here so I can see it a little bit better. That little corner won't come out. Okay, there we go. Alright, do it from the top first, and then what you do is you take your knife and it should be sharp, and do the bottom portion. Okay, right there in the corner, we're going to clean that up a little bit. There. Okay. Alright, that's all it takes to do an eye. Alright, so you do your stop cut, you go from the top down, and then you sweep and take off that hard edge. Okay, and that should do it. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our wider V tool, and I'm going to just try to sharpen it up a little bit on a strop here. What is a strop? If you're not familiar, it's a piece of leather that I use to put my pieces on and to run my knife on it, and to keep it good and sharp. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the brim of the hat, and I'm going to show you part of it, and then I'm going to do the rest of it offline just to save a little bit of time. So I'll go at it from an angle here, okay, and I usually go like 3 or 4, move it over and kind of go in the same direction here. And I slowly start turning it because we're going around the corner here. I usually do towards the hat first, okay, and when I get that portion done, and I try to do a few in between. It doesn't have to be perfect, as long as they're short little strokes. And then I go from this side to the outside and do that edge. You're going against the grain here, so you want to be really careful and just work your way around. Alright, and then you fill the spaces in between, so it can be a couple of strokes here, and kind of go in the same direction of what the edges are. Okay, and that's how you get your brim of the hat on here. Just kind of take your time, and you work your way all the way around. Here, I've got to do this a little bit more here. You notice I'm resting my thumb against my piece here. Alright, and your V tool has to be extremely sharp to do this, especially against the grain like where I'm going now. It'll get a little easier because I'm going to go along with the grain here. But that's how you do the whole thing. Alright, you do your upper edge first, then do your bottom edge. Then this comes up, you know, you kind of work your way around here. There you go. You want to be careful you don't shove it into the beard area, but up here you're just going to take it. Alright, and just kind of scoop it out and work your way from the edges to the center. There you go. See? And that gives you that fluffy, or that brim look. Alright, now when we do the beard, I'm sorry, the mustache, we're going to kind of bring it this way. You know, we're going to kind of target it. I'll show you here. When you do the beard, you're going to, I do go underneath first and just kind of do little strokes and work my way down, and I start turning it. Okay? And now I flip it over, and then I start turning it upward, just like so. Now, it's not going to be perfectly upward, so it's going to be a little bit at an angle on the bottom part of the mustache here, and then you just fill in the middle. Alright, see how it flows? Okay, you do the same thing with this on the other side. I kind of work my way underneath the nose first, okay, and then kind of work my way See, I'm turning it as I'm doing this. And I do the bottom portion in the same flow pattern. Alright, and then I fill in the middle. That's how I do it. Now everybody has a little bit different way of doing it. I think it's important to get the edges to know where the flow is going to go. Okay, see how we have it? Alright, same thing with the beard on the bottom. Oh, the other thing we have to do, and I kind of forgot, we did the one sole of the shoe. I have the other one to do yet. We're also going to put the mittens in here, or the sleeve. So I'm going to try to figure out if it's about the same. Yeah, right, like so, and then another one just on top of it like that. Okay, that looks good. And then I take my V tool. I'll find it here. The V tool, here it is. You can either use the big one or the small one. You just want to make sure you get a definite V cut there for the sleeve, for the trim of his sleeve there. Okay. The smaller one works a little bit better for this. Alright. And you want to do the same thing over here. Alright, and then you go back with the knife and you trim off the top portion above that, so this thing kind of sticks out a little bit. Same thing here. Now you can realign it a little bit with your knife and get a little more defined cut there. That's fine. I like redoing it with the knife a little bit. Depends on the area and how much of a distinction you want. Okay, it looks kind of nice because it already has a little bit of the edge taken off of there, and you want to do both sides, okay? You go back and just do it where the mitten is, so the mitten looks lower than this, and then also the top part of his sleeve, okay? So that little piece is sticking out, alright? Those two are sticking out, and those, I'll be back and we'll show you how to finish up the trim work. And I'll finish up this boot before we come back and do the top of the hat. Alright, we'll be right back, folks.